everybody. Cilla here from Kardec, UK. I've been away for a long time, I know, but we're back here to recap our Gospel according to Spiritism. Yeah. And we're still chapter 5, a very long chapter. But today we're going to talk about voluntary torments. And I just want to quickly say that I will try to record today a few chapters, few parts, and then just put it on YouTube, so you guys have a little bit of more material because I've been doing a course. I'm gonna start now a course, and I've been also helping another channel with translating. Actually, it's really cool. It's a healing treatment, a spiritual healing treatment of what it is. We donate energy to the spirits that work helping others use the energy. But the way we donate is that first we cleanse ourselves and we receive the energy that goes through our bodies, and then it's giving. So meaning you're giving away energy, but you're also healing yourself and receiving this good energy. And it's all like, it's like a guided meditation, but it's really cool because it's really safe. First we protect ourselves and all that, and then we do what we're supposed to do. And the channel is called Pranic Star, like Pranic, this star, Pranic Star. And you can look for Ricardo Sanfilippo. The reason why I'm helping doing that is because I am starting, like, next week, a course in apometry, which is something that I never heard they have here in the UK or United States. If they do, is Brazilian people doing, because this is a spiritual healing that start in Brazil, in the south of Brazil is actually, and it just progressively over the years get to be more and more and more involved, and understand. And Ricardo Sanfilippo and his brother Ivan are not the pioneers, but they are people that have been doing over 30 years. So it's really cool. And with that, we hope we can help a lot of people here on the physical and on the not physical world, right? So, anyways, what I bring here for you, this study we're doing about the Gospel according to Spiritism, or the Spirit's book, or Kardec, to me is the basic of understand for you then to venture in other areas of the Spiritism, because I feel that here in the UK or in America, people that do spiritual practice, they do the practice, they understand the mechanics, but really sometimes they don't have the knowledge of what is behind all that, like the deep behind. And that's something that for us, a lot of Brazilian people, I don't know why, it's so natural. It's like we grew up in that, we grew up seeing spirits, we grew up seeing something move, like a paranormal phenomena, or just but then it's kind of normal because somebody has an explanation for you, somebody's gonna, like, it's almost like part of your childhood if you grew up there. Of course there's people of all religions, but it's kind of like, you know it happens a lot. I don't know, it's more natural for us. So I think now is the time where expansion is happening. As many of you probably already heard, this planet is going to become a better planet. So we are in the transition, like we are right there on the cusp of transition into better. So for us to continue spiritual living in this planet, we need to also get better. The ones that don't might be reborn in another planet, but this is another story for another time. But how from learning about reincarnation and why that happened and who is behind that and what's happening, then you can answer all these other questions. And to be fair, I was just having, I think today, I say, oh, I'm Kardecist, I'm Kardec. Yes, I am. Answers a lot of questions, but also with that comes with the real understand of this doctrine. if you really understand that, you don't judge other spiritual doctrines. You don't say, oh, that does not exist, because everything is possible and everything is here. Like, for example, some people see spirits and from another planets, like Acturians, the blue people. And right here, we just talked before about uh, in the house of my father, that is many mansions, which means if you look in the general context, it looks like they're talking about other planets, like, because God is the universe. And do you really believe that we just have life here on this planet? And do you believe that we're all the same? We all have physical bodies in another planet? Or maybe we talk about different dimensions. So you go to the moon, we find nothing there, but maybe it's a whole dimension going around the moon that nobody can see really, because you cannot see with your eyes. You know what I mean? That is a lot of going on there. But stay with me. This is the little tip of the pyramid, and then if you kind of learn and understand and accept this, then you start going down. And by going down, you can go in any direction you want. And that only means you learn about yourself, and you learn about this world that surrounds you, and you learn about spirituality. Doesn't mean you're Kardecist, doesn't mean you Umbandist, doesn't mean you are any religion, because the vast majority of uh, spiritualists in Brazil, they are universal. They believe in things that come from different parts, different religions, different doctrines, and they just take what fits for them and what makes sense. More importantly, what makes sense. So, however, I do say, if you do spiritual healing, spiritual work, you want to know why things are happening. You want to know not just what they tell you in the class or course you take. You want to know beyond, because you want to know what you're doing and how you're doing and what is the effect of what you're doing after when you go. So, anyways, stick with me. I'm gonna cut it short and let's start talking about all this that we're gonna do today. I'm sorry, my voice. So today we're gonna talk about voluntary tournaments. Page 69 on my book. I'm just gonna quickly read and then we kind of get what they're talking about. Okay, man is incessantly searching for happiness, which always escape him, because pure happiness does not exist on earth. I'm sorry again. However, despite the vicissitudes which form an inevitable procession throughout earthly life, he may at least enjoy relative happiness, if he does not search for it with perishable things, subject to the same vicissitudes, that is to say, within material enjoyments. Instead of seeking it with the delights of the soul, the only real happiness of this world is to be found in heartfelt peace. But man shows himself a vivid form all things which agitate and perturb. It is really quite strange. It seems that while it is possible to avoid problems, man purposely creates tournaments for himself. So basically, in this quite little short, we are talking about how, as we talked before, we know this planet Earth is a school. We are here not to suffer, but to learn and to pick up things that we left undone in the past lives, or like, for example, in a past life I kill my sister. In this life I'm gonna be reborn again, and that sister is gonna be born as my daughter, the soul of the sister of the past life. So I instinctively will love my daughter. Most of the time that's what happens. And then explain why daughters and mothers sometimes have a really crazy relationship, because you love each other, but at the same time you have all these discussions, arguments, especially during the teenager years, isn't? Basically, without knowing, loving your daughter is your happiness because you're repainting something from a past life. And while we are here, while we're chasing after money and cars and status and this and that, none of this is real happiness. Happiness is us to be at peace. Happiness is us to be with our checklist of things to do done, check, 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 and if ever possible, a little extra curriculum activity right there. This is true happiness because this will lead us when we disincarnate and we go. We're gonna find the real happiness. However, here on earth, it's impossible to achieve true happiness because almost does not exist. So you want to be in peace and a level and equilibrium as much as you can. However, it's still you're not gonna achieve total happiness. But we don't know what total happiness is, so it doesn't hurt us. Something that we don't know, you know. Anyways, following through. Are there any worse torments than those created by envy and jealousy? For those who are envious or jealous, there is no rest. They suffer a state of perpetual fever. The possessions of others cause sleepless nights. The success of rivals provoke giddiness. Emal- Emalatation, sorry, that's a new word for me. Emalatation in their eyes is optimized in eclipsing those around them. All their happiness consists in provoking a rage of jealousy in those as imprudent as themselves. Poor foolish beings they are indeed, never imagining that tomorrow they will perhaps have to leave behind all these truffles. The covetousness, another new word, I'm so sorry. The covetousness of which has poisoned their lives. The words, blessed are the afflicted, for they shall be consoled, certainly do not apply to this, seeing that their preoccupations are not those which receive deserving recompense in heaven. On the other hand, many torments will be avoided by those who are content with that they have, who can see things they do not possess without evil, and who do not try to appear better than they are. This will be considered rich since, by looking below oneself, it is always possible to see others with less than ourselves. These kind of people are calm because they do not create imaginary necessities for themselves. Is calmness then not a happiness in the midst of the turmoil of life? Um, this was wrote by the spirit of Fenelon in Lyon, 1860. So basically, we don't have to say anything about jealousy and wishing to be somebody else or wishing having what the other have. It's very much. I think everybody understands we should not. We should correct this feeling. We should try not to feel this way. It's kind of natural to feel this way sometimes. I'm not saying, oh, we are saints and we don't feel this. Sometimes people feel. Sometimes like your neighbor get a new car and you go, oh my god, I wish I had the car like that. It's so beautiful. But the difference is, I wish I have a car like that because it's beautiful. It's more admiration rather than how do I do to get the car because I want that car. So therefore, I will steal from my neighbor. I will do whatever I have to do to get there, and I will use means that are not moral to get what I want. This is jealousy. See how negative it is? However, oh my gosh, congratulations, your car is so beautiful. I cannot believe, I want one of those. Oh my god, I'm gonna possibly work hard to get a car like yours. Do you mind if I get the same color or you wanted me to get a different color? That's admiration. There's nothing wrong with you have goals and want to. Doesn't mean you have to go behind the back and be evil and that kind of stuff. I mean, my neighbor would probably feel like, oh my gosh, she loved my car. She wanted the same. I feel I feel like, oh my God, I've done something right, right? So see the difference, positive, negative, and that's how we need to live life. Another thing, this is what happens to me as when it comes to material things, especially money. I opened new business and my business went downhill. Like, it started doing really well in the summer, and normally people will close the business and no, it's not work. I did not. I say God put me in this path, and I understand sometimes is we need to let go, but I'm not letting go because that business is what allows me to have time to spend doing this, what we're doing here, working with the spirituality. So I say I will continue, and that break in finances made me look towards spirituality, right, and start this and get back to Kardecism or whatever. So with that saying, now I understand that if I have a business that allow me the opportunity of do what I'm doing, being working, spreading this knowledge and whatever, if I just make the money and then come home and enjoy the beauty of my garden, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So it's being taken away. Now what I'm doing is that I'm doing this, and I'm not thinking, oh, because I'm doing this, I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna sell this much money and I'll be rich because I'm doing a lot of spiritual. No, it's not that. But if you believe and you do for others, somehow charity, whatever you let go will come to you. You're not gonna possibly be rich and have extra, but you will have enough to live without worries so you can do your job, which is helping others, which is taking care of yourself, which is, you know what I mean? So even though my business is not give me enough money, but also it's give me time. What's better than time? It's give me enough money to pay the bills. So therefore, I'm on the right path. At some time, I will pay my bills, and I'll enjoy a little bit of money just to do things like a simple life. So that's okay. That maybe is not your financial goal, but should it be a spiritual goal for you because that's gonna bring you happiness and peace. All right, I think we talked too much for now. I'm gonna end um this video, and then we join on the next video. Okay, I will also leave the link information for Ricardo Sanfilippo's YouTube on the description. I will be loving if people join me. It's gonna be here in the UK at 1 o'clock on Tuesdays, and you're not gonna see my face. It's just gonna be my voice, but it's gonna be. I'll try to read really good, and we'll be in Brazil about 8 in the morning because the hours. In Chicago, I think it's gonna be 7 in the morning, and in California will be like 5 in the morning or something like that. But it's still, if you wake up, if you're in America and you wake up early and before you go to work, you wanna do a little quick meditation. It's gonna make your day. Bam bam. I advise you guys to follow me, please, on Pranic Star Ricardo Sanfilippo's channel. Also, if you like a lot of spirituality knowledge, follow Cafofo do Black. It's a podcast where he only brings spiritual people, everybody that has a certain speciality. And it is in Portuguese, it is in Brazil. However, if you go on the top of your YouTube and you press CC, closed caption, and you put it English, will translate what they're doing. The translation is not perfect, like me, but you can understand and get grips with what's being said. So really cool because you're gonna get from shamanism to Franciscan priest that is spiritual. You're gonna get tarot readers, Arcturians, and stellar spirituality. You're gonna get everything in one place. You're gonna see everything, because Brazil is a mess when it comes to spirituality. You have everything there. So plenty of people there, plenty of spiritual healing, spiritual knowledge. Anyways, gotta go. Bye.